So design thinking is a human-centered approach to problem solving that emphasizes understanding the needs of the users, creatively generating some innovative solutions, and iterating those solutions over time. The key principles are that of user centricity. And so there's some key phases in design thinking. First, empathizing. And it's really one of the core tenets of design thinking is understanding the users and their needs by conducting research, interviews, and observations. Then you define. You're clearly articulating the problem based on the insights that you've learned from conversations, interviews with your users. Then you move into a phase of ideation. And this is where you're starting to generate a wide range of creative ideas that are potential solutions. And you're really not at this point prioritizing or saying, we got the idea, let's run with it. You're leaving space for many ideas to be generated at that point. And then after identifying the key areas that you want to focus in on, then you build a prototype. Now, in the case of HR, that might look like a new process. It might look like a new form or a new workflow, but you're really giving time to identify and change the current state into the future state in answering those pain points that your users are having. You test out those prototypes with your end users and make sure that you're collaborating with them, the end consumer of your process or program, so that you're ultimately able to solve the pain for them and innovate a new solution. So how does this then apply to HR? We in HR create many processes that impact employees and manager experiences. When we create those processes from a design thinking approach, we're more focused on creating experiences that are engaging and provide value. So imagine, instead of being in a room with other HR colleagues, creating a process that is compliant and potentially easy to administer, this actually flips that completely over. We're designing processes in HR with the idea of the users in mind. And so it's not so much, is this a clean process from an HR perspective, but rather, is this something that will drive a great engaging experience for employees and managers? I like to think about applying design thinking as the difference between a home built by a general contractor or one purposely built by an architect. The former may be very utilitarian and efficient, but there won't be much thought into how it will be experienced by the individuals living it. The flow of the spaces, the play of light, the elements of style. Those are things you'd find in an architecturally designed home. Like Frank Lloyd Wright's houses aren't just houses, they're homes. It's the same thing with design thinking. You're shifting from HR policies and processes that are merely serviceable to those purposely designed to produce enriched experiences and outcomes. So what you'll find in terms of the benefits of approaching design thinking in HR is that you have an enhanced employee experience, because obviously you're focused on creating a better experience for your employees and removing any of the pain or obstacles in your current state process. You're going to increase your innovation because you're allowing yourself that space of ideation and collaboration to explore what might we do? What is possible for us to do? As opposed to, this is the way we've always done it, so we need to stay with that. And you're also moving into a space of continuous improvement because this is not a one and done. The idea is that you're iterating these ideas over time. And so you're constantly collaborating and rechecking with your end users to make sure that the experience is good for them and valuable to the organization. So how and where can HR leaders use design thinking? In a lot of different areas. Improving employee engagement, for example. Can you imagine if while you're thinking through your engagement strategies, you're actually talking to the employees themselves to find out their needs and prototyping solutions like flexible work models or recognition programs. You can also redesign recruitment process. Imagine having a design thinking program that's focused on the candidate experience and actually engaging with candidates to find out where was their pain in that experience? Where was there areas that in the moments that matter for a candidate where we hit it out of the park, and where were there maybe some workflow issues or some communication issues that were slowing down and making the experience not one that we would want our candidates to experience. And then, of course, near to me, transforming performance management. Here we're talking about things like having a design thinking approach to rediscover what it is that our people managers are experiencing as they're going through giving feedback and being coaches and giving appraisals, and how we could actually design the process in a way that supports them and gets them excited as opposed to terrified about the performance review process. Same thing for employees. So there's many different areas within HR where you can be applying design thinking for HR. And so what's next for design thinking in HR? Well, I think there's a few things that are going to be emerging. Certainly, employee-centric workplaces are becoming more and more the norm, and there'll be a much stronger focus on creating customized, employee-centric experiences in those workplaces, addressing diverse needs around flexibility, mental health, career growth, especially in hybrid work environments. So I think there's going to be a big focus there. Now, we can't have a conversation about what's next without talking about AI and how HR is going to integrate with AI and how we bring all of that information from AI into the process of feedback, personalized learning paths, more efficient performance management systems. And then the notion of agile and continuous innovation as the world speeds up and continues to move quickly, HR teams will adopt more agile approaches to solving problems because they'll need to, and enabling faster prototyping and testing of new processes that will align to the evolving and changing needs of the business. It's no longer, we've got this process, that's the way it's always been done, and so it shall be. HR will need to be more agile and engaged within a continuous collaboration innovation cycle.